Have you ever noticed that sometimes when you take a deep breath, only one nostril seems to be doing most of the work? It's a curious sensation, and for many, it sparks concern, especially when you're not sick or dealing with allergies. But before you worry, rest assured, this is a completely normal part of how your body works. In this video, we'll explore why one nostril is often more dominant than the other, what's happening inside your nose, and why this process is actually essential for your health. Let's dive into the fascinating world of the nasal cycle and discover the science behind your breathing. Nasal dominance refers to the phenomenon where one nostril allows more airflow than the other at any given time. You might not notice it unless you're paying close attention, but this subtle shift is happening multiple times throughout your day. It's not a sign of illness or blockage. Rather, it's a natural, healthy process that keeps your nose and respiratory system functioning optimally. Understanding nasal dominance is the first step to appreciating the intricate ways your body protects itself and adapts to its environment. The nasal cycle has two main phases: congestion and decongestion. During the congestion phase, one nostril experiences reduced airflow, while the other is open and allows more air to pass through. This isn't the same as being sick, rather, it's a gentle, natural swelling and shrinking of the tissues inside your nose. The open or decongested nostril does more work, but over time, it can become fatigued and dry. That's why the cycle alternates, giving each nostril a chance to rest and recover. Alternating which nostril is dominant isn't just a quirky feature of your body, it serves an important purpose. When one nostril is open, it's exposed to more air, which can dry out its lining and bring pathogens into contact with the sensitive tissues. By switching dominance, your nose gets a chance to rest, repair, and stay moist. This reduces the risk of damage and helps your nose defend against germs and irritants. The nasal cycle is controlled by a part of your brain called the hypothalamus. This region acts as a command center, regulating many automatic processes in your body, including temperature, hunger, and of course, the nasal cycle. The hypothalamus sends signals that cause the blood vessels in your nose to swell or shrink, leading to the alternating congestion and decongestion of your nostrils. It's all happening behind the scenes, without you ever having to think about it. While the nasal cycle is a normal part of most people's lives, some individuals don't experience it at all. This can happen if there's a disorder affecting the hypothalamus, the brain region responsible for regulating the cycle. Without this automatic switching, both nostrils may feel equally open or blocked, and the protective benefits of the cycle are lost. This highlights just how important the brain's role is in even the smallest bodily functions. Interestingly, research suggests that the left nostril may be more dominant, especially in right-handed people. This subtle preference can influence how you feel throughout the day. When the right nostril is dominant, your body tends to be in a more alert or even stressed state. In contrast, when the left nostril takes over, you're likely to feel more relaxed. This connection between nostril dominance and your body's state is a fascinating example of how interconnected our systems are. During the congestion phase, blood flow increases to the vessels in your nose. This extra blood helps moisten the tissues, making it easier for your nose to repair itself and prepare for the next round of airflow. It also ensures that the air you breathe is warmed and humidified, which is important for protecting your lungs and keeping your respiratory system comfortable. Several factors can interfere with the normal function of the nasal cycle. Respiratory illnesses like colds and the flu increase mucus production, making it harder for your nostrils to alternate dominance. Allergens such as pollen or dust mites can cause inflammation, further impeding the cycle. Even certain medications, especially those for high blood pressure, can irritate the nasal lining and disrupt the process. Allergies are a common culprit when it comes to disrupting the nasal cycle. When you're exposed to allergens like pollen or dust mites, your body responds by inflaming the tissues in your nose. This inflammation can make it difficult for your nostrils to alternate dominance, leaving you feeling congested and uncomfortable for days or even weeks. Certain medications, especially those used to treat high blood pressure, can have side effects that impact your nasal cycle. These drugs affect blood vessels throughout your body, including those in your nose. The result can be irritation and swelling of the nasal lining, making it harder for your nostrils to switch dominance as they normally would. Nasal decongestant sprays can provide quick relief when you're feeling stuffed up, but overusing them can actually make things worse. Using these sprays for more than 5 days at a time can lead to a condition called rhinitis medicamentosa. This causes sudden swelling of the nasal tissues, making congestion worse and disrupting the normal nasal cycle. Some people develop nasal polyps, which are soft, painless growths inside the nasal passages. These polyps can block airflow and make it difficult for the nasal cycle to function properly. Up to 4% of people have nasal polyps, and they often occur in both nostrils, leading to a constant feeling of blockage and ineffective cycling. Sometimes, congestion lasts longer than usual. Sinusitis, an infection of the sinuses, can cause blocked nostrils for up to 4 weeks. This condition often requires medical attention, especially if symptoms persist or worsen. Sinusitis can make it nearly impossible for the nasal cycle to function normally, leading to ongoing discomfort. Let's take a closer look at what's happening inside your nose during the nasal cycle. The lining of your nasal passages contains blood vessels that can swell or shrink, changing the amount of airflow each nostril allows. This swelling is controlled by your nervous system and happens automatically without you noticing. As the nasal cycle progresses, the amount of air each nostril allows changes. When one nostril is decongested, it takes in more air, while the other handles less. This shifting airflow is subtle but crucial for maintaining the health of your nasal passages and ensuring efficient breathing throughout the day. The nasal cycle slows down when you're sleeping. Because your breathing rate decreases, the switch between dominant nostrils happens less frequently. This can sometimes make you more aware of congestion at night, especially if you're lying on your side or have allergies. Gravity plays a surprising role in the nasal cycle. When you lie down, especially on your side, gravity causes blood and sinus contents to shift toward the nostril closest to the pillow. This can make one nostril feel more blocked and disrupt the normal cycling process, especially during sleep. The state of your nasal cycle can even influence how alert or relaxed you feel. Studies suggest that when your right nostril is dominant, your body is in a more alert or stressed state. When your left nostril is dominant, you're likely to feel more relaxed. This subtle connection between breathing and mood is another example of how interconnected our bodies are. Children experience the nasal cycle just like adults. However, their smaller nasal passages can make them more sensitive to congestion, especially during colds or allergies. Understanding the nasal cycle can help parents recognize when a child's stuffy nose is normal and when it might need medical attention. As we age, changes in our nasal tissues and blood vessels can affect the nasal cycle. Older adults may notice more frequent congestion or dryness, especially if they have underlying health conditions. Staying hydrated and using humidifiers can help maintain nasal health as you get older. Environmental factors like dry air, pollution, and temperature changes can all impact your nasal cycle. Dry air can cause your nasal lining to dry out, while pollution and irritants can increase inflammation. Being mindful of your environment and taking steps to protect your nose can help keep the cycle running smoothly. To support a healthy nasal cycle, stay hydrated, avoid overusing nasal sprays, and manage allergies with appropriate medications. Using a humidifier in dry environments and practicing good hygiene can also help keep your nasal passages clear and functioning well. If the nasal cycle is disrupted for long periods, it can lead to chronic congestion, dryness, or even infections. Recognizing the signs of a malfunctioning cycle, such as persistent blockage, unusual discharge, or ongoing discomfort, can help you seek timely medical advice and prevent complications. The nasal cycle is a remarkable automatic process that keeps your nose and respiratory system healthy. By alternating which nostril is dominant, your body protects sensitive tissues, defends against pathogens, and ensures efficient breathing. Understanding this cycle can help you appreciate the subtle ways your body works to keep you well. Did you know that scientists are developing universal vaccines that use nasal sprays to block viruses, bacteria, and allergies? These innovative treatments could one day help prevent a wide range of illnesses by harnessing the power of your nose's natural defenses. It's another example of how important nasal health is to your overall well-being. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. The nasal cycle is a normal, automatic process that alternates airflow between your nostrils. It's controlled by the hypothalamus, helps protect and repair your nasal lining, and can be affected by illness, allergies, medications, and structural issues. Keeping your nasal passages healthy supports your overall respiratory health. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the science of the nasal cycle. We hope you've gained a new appreciation for the subtle ways your body keeps you healthy. Remember, your nose is more than just a passage for air. It's a complex, dynamic system working tirelessly to protect you every day.